Guys, that is big news. Welcome to Popcorn Planet, now powered by Fandom Wire. I'm so excited to announce this. Guys, I've been making content for you here on YouTube. It's been going great. I'm so excited to deliver more, but I'm so excited to have a huger presence, to be syndicating some of this content, as well as finally creating some epic new shows and content that I've been dying to do. And I get to do that now because I am going to be over at Fandom Wire as well as a managing editor to help them doing some new content, helping them lift up this brand. And this brand doesn't need that much more lifting because they are a huge brand. If you guys aren't familiar with them, 1.2 million followers over on Facebook. I'm so excited to join this community, help them and their writers and their team. And it's all because of this man, Riley Johnson, who I'm so excited to introduce. I have him on the show. Riley, are you there?
Yeah, hey, how are you doing, Andy?
What's up, man? So happy to have you here and have you be introduced to my fans and join your Fandom Wire. This is so much fun. Let's talk about what this means. I have a big news. We're going to talk about Sam Raimi doing this new Doctor Strange story, which I want to talk about. But quickly, because this is part of what we're going to be doing over there too, I wanted to make sure you guys know about Fandom Wire, which you can go to fandomwire.com, or you can go to Fandom Wire on Facebook. Fandom Wire News on Facebook, where you can get a lot of cool scoops, stories, and we're going to be posting more video. But Riley, I wanted to just, before I even get to the story, so I can hype you up, I want to congratulate you because, dude, 1.2 million followers. You've done this since 2017, and you've built up such a passionate fan base over there. Kudos. I mean, I'm looking at you in awe of just like what you've built in 2 years is so impressive. And I'm so grateful for you bringing me on to sort of help build it and get some cool shows on. But again, congrats. How did you get there? Can you tell some of the audience a little bit about the story?
Yeah, thanks. Well, I was in the hospital for 4 months. As some of you can tell, I have a disability. And I was in the hospital for 4 months. Long story short, I, almost died many times. And I've always wanted to start a business since I was like 12, and I'm almost 22 now, and I had scholarships to go to Penn State, and a lot of things were happening at the time, and I realized, I just want to go out and do it. When you almost die, it's like you just want to go out and do it. You don't want to wait anymore. So I decided to go out and do it. First company I did was Fandom Wire, and it's done pretty well. We were able to merge some pages and grow, and we grew up a pretty big audience. We have other pages on Facebook, Marvel on Fandom Wire, DC on Fandom Wire, and they have hundreds of thousands of followers as well. So it's been a journey. And I think a lot of great things are coming ahead too.
Yeah, no, and kudos. I mean, I loved when we were talking. I got to meet you. Just it's such an inspiring story. I
Thank
love
you.
that. I love the just do it. I tell everybody to do that. But
Yeah.
to know that some people, don't have the struggles that you had to go through, and you're sitting there doing it better than most of us. Let's be honest. So it's immensely inspiring. I'm so honored to sort of join this team, and for you to see any value in me to offer to bring to this site. And I'm so excited for the stuff that we're going to build together. So thank you for that. And so guys, if you
Yeah.
haven't already followed Riley or Fandom Wire, I highly recommend you go over to Facebook, hit it a like, because we're going to start doing some fun stuff for there. Some stuff I want to tease. I've been forever trying to figure out where to put fan version of Nerd Wars. I want to figure out if we can figure out a way to do that. This is Fandom Wire, after all, the place for fans. So I'm working with Riley. We're trying to figure out a way to get some sort of version of that over there, as well as those reviews I used to do with people walking out. Now finally have a place for those potentially, and so much more other stuff we're brewing. And we will be doing a live spoiler stream of Birds of Prey over there Saturday night or Sunday night this weekend. Stay tuned. Follow us on our socials. We'll announce it soon. But we're going to do a Fandom Wire live video where you can join the community over there and listen to us talk spoilers once you guys have had the chance to see Birds of Prey. If you want to see Birds of Prey, that's up to them. But Riley, so you're here, and I'm so excited for the news. Thank you for believing in me, giving me the shot. I'm so excited to get back to work with another community there and build some awesome content together. But let's do what we do. Let's break some news, right? So Doctor Strange 2 was seemingly dead in the water, in my opinion. I'll be honest. I really like Scott Derrickson. He's a great horror movie director. I thought, well, this sounds like it's Marvel's first horror film. How do you lose Scott Derrickson? It just, why let him go, right? And I thought, I'm done with this movie. Who cares? And then last night they announced Sam Raimi is in talks to direct Doctor Strange 2, and I'm just, what? Scott Derrickson, what? There's a
Yeah.
little bit of me, not no offense to Scott Derrickson, but Evil Dead, come on, Spider-Man trilogy. So it's just he's an icon in my mind. Now, granted, he hasn't done a lot recently that's been as successful. I like Drag Me to Hell, but Oz. It seems like he might be doing this to sort of help build some cred and get back into the way he was. What is your take on this when you saw this news? Were you excited?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of, excuse me, I'm a fan of Sam Raimi. Um, Obviously, I love the Spider-Man trilogy. That's what I'm most familiar with. But I was surprised and shocked by the news because he doesn't. He seems like the kind of guy who would want to have more creative control. And from what I understand, that's the reason that Derrickson left.
Yep.
And so it is a little shocking to me that this happened. And I'm excited for it though. I want to see what he brings to the table. Obviously, he's not going to be able to do whatever he wants. Kevin Feige is going to keep his vision going. So I don't think, we're going to get a real horror Doctor Strange. But Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, very long title, but I to be honest, it's one of my most anticipated MCU films coming up. And a couple of reasons for that is because I do love Doctor Strange. I do like the first one. I know it wasn't great, but I do appreciate the first one. But also the addition of Scarlet Witch. And obviously the multiverse. That's going to be a big aspect of the film. And I'm excited for it. I want to see what Sam Raimi can bring. Hopefully they'll be able to let him do some of his style in the film, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I mean it's big news because look, he is an iconic horror director, comic book director. To score him for a sequel to a movie that's this late in the game, mind you, let's talk about that. Like this is
Yeah,
happening in May. They're shooting this in like 2 months, 2-3 months. That's not a lot of time for a director to like prep all their sequences. There's probably a lot of sequences that are already going through CGI previs and everything that he's going to have to probably stick to and slightly adjust. But usually, someone of Sam Raimi's, you think he'd want that creative control like you talk. And if Scott Derrickson wasn't getting it, how is now Sam Raimi going to come in and get it with not much more time on the clock? But then I thought about it and I was like, he's been producing a lot of movies. And one of my favorites last year was Crawl. Did you see Crawl?
I actually haven't seen that one.
It is a blast, and he also did Poltergeist. He did the Evil Dead remake. He's been producing a lot of movies, and it just sort of shows maybe it is maybe if you consider it in that way, where you're not the full like the director of a Marvel movie is kind of probably a bigger committee and Feige and a lot of other powers
Yeah,
that be that are really directing, unless you're Taika Waititi or you're James Gunn and you sort of have created a vision that they're like, all right, fine, go do that. But they clearly didn't. It doesn't seem like they trusted Scott Derrickson, or Scott Derrickson was frustrated with. My guess is still like all of the. It seems like this is going to be a breeding ground for cameos and big MCU adjustments versus just a story. Is what everything we've been hearing between this and WandaVision. Like this is the new sort of jump off point for a lot of Marvel content. So my suspicion and things I've heard is just who wants to deal with that? It's like Iron Man 2, right? With John Favreau, notoriously
yeah.
like he was fed up with Marvel because of all the sort of forcing of no, you got to have this and that movie suffered because of it. So I can see why there was problems. So again, it's weird Raimi would jump in, but then at the same time, this movie will probably be the best one coming out in a while. It's going to reinvent Doctor Strange. It's going to introduce, who knows, maybe Spider-Man shows up. If Raimi's doing that and gets to get involved with Spider-Man again, I mean, oh, dude, I'm excited because I never blamed him for Spider-Man 3. I never
No,
blamed him for that, and I'd love for
wasn't.
him the chance to have Spidey again and go there. So it just there's a lot of this that I'm actually like, okay, you good on you, Marvel. And if they got to give Raimi more creative control in some ways, no offense to Scott Derrickson, I hate to be that guy, but it's like, look, Scott Derrickson's not the same level as Sam Raimi. He just isn't.
Yeah.
And now to sort of get a little bit more excited with someone who's handled horror and comic book movies to such an iconic degree, I mean, it's almost in Marvel's best interest to say, all right, fine, we lost Derrickson. We should have let him have control. Fine, let's get Raimi and give him the creative control. Because if they don't, then they're really idiots. And then if he walks, this movie's in massive trouble. So, I mean, I as much as I was worried, why would he come into a ship already midstream? He, due to his producing duties on Crawl and all these other ones that he's done really well on, maybe that's all he needs. He's just going to be one of those overseers who's like, actually, can we just adjust this little thing? Or actually, let's get this little, there's a way for a producer to come in and do a more top line creative instead of the overall nitty gritty of everyday aesthetic to it that Marvel probably already, that's guys, you don't even realize most of that stuff's already like in the VFX houses. Like they've already sort of, the wheels are already moving. Yes, you can change the dialogue and you can adjust some scenes and you're going to adjust, things are going to change, of course, before shooting, but you know what I'm talking about. It is probably more of a producerial job, actually, the more I think about it, in which case then Raimi could be perfect. And it could be perfect opportunity for him now get involved in the MCU again. And then now that he knows how it works, hey, Raimi, what do you want to do next? And then it's like, sign me up. Yeah?
And I think what you just said there is what I was thinking too, is this may be the way for him to get involved with Marvel, because we've seen this happen a couple of times with Whedon and then the Russo brothers. They get some people in they like and that do well with it. Now, if the movie is terrible, they're not going to keep him around. But if it ends up being good, they're going to champion him. You know what I'm saying? They're going to champion him as, oh, he's a new Russo brothers, or he's a new Whedon. That's just speculation, obviously, but if he does do a good job and the movie actually turns out good and it makes a lot of money, I think that is probably what may happen, because the Russo brothers are done with Marvel for quite probably.
Until
I
Iron
think
Man comes back.
yeah, I mean, I think they'll come back eventually, but they're done for a while. So I think they need another kind of visionary to come in like that and kind of be their go-to directors. And maybe Sam Raimi is that guy. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Indeed, I'm very excited for this news. This to me is interesting development that I did not expect at all. So way for them to surprise us, and good for Raimi for sort of all right, I'm gonna try it. Look, you could hate on Ron Howard all you want for Solo, but the dude did a serviceable job. I don't have a problem with the technical aspects of the Solo the movie. It looked great, was done well.
Yeah.
It's more just sort of why did we need a Solo movie is really what was still the problem with it. And then he had to step in from Lord Miller, which had to be such a tough time mid shoot to come in. But I no doubt that I'm sure was good for Howard to be known as a fixer, right? A savior. It wasn't Ron Howard's failure. He came in and did a solid to everybody, to Kathleen Kennedy, everybody. So for Raimi to come in and do the favor now and use his cred in a movie that will most likely be a huge hit for him, no matter what, it makes sense. It's a win-win for him. And if anything, it sucks for Scott Derrickson, because I do think he's going to take a hit on this a bit. But look, he's still producing it. He's a producer on the project, and he's going to go do some awesome horror films, Blumhouse, etc. He gets to do what he really wants. I'm excited to see his next film as well. I hope we do support and rally for Derrickson, because I do think he got screwed in this deal. I think it was unfair of Marvel to sort of kick him out. And just because we got a cooler person to sort of seemingly cooler person to take over doesn't mean he should get the just I don't want to say the S word, Esteban. I hope we still respect and give him our ticket sales when he does his next movie, because he's earned it, and he did build up this Doctor Strange universe really strongly. And I was excited to see his horror take, because he's a good horror director. He could be another Sam Raimi down the lines. He was on his way to do that, I think. And so I feel bad, but at the same time, I'm also kind of excited.
Yeah. Me too. Especially if he could get back in the superhero arena again. That excites me a lot.
Yeah, me too. Well, there you have it. You can get more news here as always, but also over on Fandom Wire. Go to fandomwire.com to check out, put that in your bookmarks, and make sure to go like the Fandom Wire Facebook page. Join the 1.2 million strong already of users there who are getting movie news, and we will be there starting to post some of these videos and other videos and more stuff and listicles and a lot of fun stuff. And actually, we are looking for some writers to, because this is a
Yes.
slow build process, and we're building it smaller for now, but hopefully this can become an even bigger monetary thing for some people. So if any of my fans out there who've worked with me, or you've made it to this far in the video and you're there, hit me up on social media at Andy Signor and say, hey, what's the writing opportunities? It's don't do it for money just now, but if you want to get your foot in the door for something that could become a paid, big lead paid opportunity, let me know, because I'm looking for some people to sort of bring in to try some writing to see if we can get the views up to help monetize it. And so we're getting to, it's the upstart of a new bunch of cool story series, and I hope we get sponsored, etc. So if you are out there, a creative person who's like, man, I have some free time, I'd love to write an article or two, a couple, during the week. Hit me up or Riley up and let us know, because I'm on the quest to sort of find some people to grow with us. And Riley, thank you, my man. Thank you for giving me a shot here to help do this. I'm excited to not have to then shut this channel down, but to work in tandem with you and lift up the Facebook presence and get some cool content over there. So I'm very excited. Any final words? Giving you the final word there, Riley, you want to mention to my fan base over here?
Yeah, no, I'm just very excited to have Andy. He's got a lot of great experience in this industry, and I'm very happy that he could come on board and we could work together and do some cool things, doing what we love, talking about movies and television and games and whatever fandoms we like. That's the coolest part about it, is that we get to do that. So. Final thoughts are, check us out. Keep following Andy's stuff, and we're gonna have a lot of cool stuff coming out. So stay
Well
tuned.
said. Stay tuned indeed. Thank you, Riley. Thank you, all of you who are watching. We will be back with more videos here, and I'll be posting even more videos over there. So be sure to go like Fandom Wire. And thank you again for all you supporting me and watching me up to this point. Stay tuned. Lots to come. Lots more content for you. Couldn't do it without you. So thanks again, everybody. And we'll be back with more content very soon. Bye, everybody.
See you.